Hi, my name is Jim. I've been listening to what you say, and I really feel what you got to say, but I think a lot of it has to do with empathy. You know what I mean? You know, like if you look at a beautiful woman and you catch them real quickly, and you know, your instincts get caught into it, I think that's, you know, that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for things like harassment and stuff like that, you have to not actually see the other person as yourself and not see the way they feel that you feel. You understand what I'm saying?
Keep going, man. I definitely understand. That's the next part of the conversation. Go ahead. Keep on.
You know, yeah, and I think that, you know, you're telling me about a bunch of people who could have taken advantage of the situation, and I agree with you, because sometimes I feel like we all could have been in that spot. But, you know, sometimes when you get in that spot, you have to think about this is a fellow person, this is another human being.
Come on, man.
And how would you feel to be in the same boat? How would you feel to be treated in a certain way if you can't be treated, if you're not cognitive of what you're doing or anything like that? I mean, like, power is something I always felt is something that you should use to try to raise someone else up, not take someone else down.
I think he said something very, very, very important there. So the first step is, you know, I've described it so far. Everything that I've described so far is from the vantage point of you taking responsibility and being constantly working to be a better person. And this is actually, maybe this is just man to man tonight, right? Man to man, in the sense that, you know, when we are in these positions of power, like, well, first of all, let me back up. Again, I have to reiterate something. Unless you've been in a position of power and authority and have influence over other people, I don't care if it's something, you know, as modest as being a manager or something as large as being like a senator, right? Once you have that authority, that's when you really start seeing who you are, and you start seeing your predilections to do. And until you've been in that kind of position, you're almost, once you're in that kind of position, that's when you can find out the type of person you are. Right, to be redundant. And I think if you are a person, like the caller said, who does not have empathy before you get that kind of position and authority, you're not going to have empathy when you get in that, right? Get in that leadership position, you get that authority, you get that power, or you get money. Most of us aren't going to have a lot of money, right? So, but most of us, a lot of us will have the opportunity to sit in a position of power from which you have the ability to take advantage of people, or respect them as a human being and respect them as an equal, right? As an equal in terms of their humanity. Their humanity is equal to yours. They're not just an object there to serve you and to satisfy your desire, because that's really what it is. That's what you hear in this video with Weinstein, rather. You hear that he does not see her as a human being. He sees her as someone who is there to service, one, his sexual desires, but then two, his reputation. Right. A big component of that video is that he is worried about his reputation. So clearly he's told somebody, told somebody that he's got a girl that he thinks is hot, and the hot girl, and, you know, come over and check her out. And now he feels like he's going to be embarrassed because she won't come in the room. Right. So it's never about anything that's important to her except taking what's important to her and manipulating it and twisting it to try to force her into a compromising position. Here's the thing about it, man. Actually, no, I better say it, because if I take this call, I might forget, because I'm getting old. And anyway, I won't tell you other things that make my memory go away. But here's the thing about it. It's that, why would you, here's where I don't understand. Here's the component of sexual harassment, catcalling. Here's a component that I don't understand. Is that, actually, no, I just diagnosed it in my own head. It's a problem. It's a sickness, because how do you get sexual desire off of the pain of someone else, the pain that you're causing, right? You are literally causing this person, this woman, pain. And yet you're still able to be sexually aroused by that, and you still can take something from them. That part is exactly what the caller is talking about. In that way, you are a sociopath, because you have zero empathy for this human being, and you have no ability. You are more focused on your sexual desires than you are the pain that you're causing this individual. Like, for a moment, was it even possible for you to pause and think of how this individual feels And the answer has to be no, because if you did, that would immediately reverse what the hell is going on in your mind. Like the complete and utter lack of empathy, the ability to be concerned with someone else's emotions. That's exactly what you heard in that video. And that's exactly what happens time and time again. It becomes 100% about you servicing your desires at all cost. I don't even, and what I didn't say was, I don't even know how you could even want it anymore at that point. I don't, because really, I mean, God, have you, these people need fucking therapy. I mean, really, it's because I don't understand how you can get desire and pleasure without that desire and pleasure being reciprocated.